What's up, boys? I'm back at MBG. We all know and love MBG because he's one of the most consistently, pathetic PlayStation fanboys. Now, what he's done this time is that he started complaining about the fact that if Xbox was going to win the imaginary console war, that he would quit gaming. Just entirely, he would never game again. Because the platform he does not prefer is doing well, which is insane. And it's kind of very hypocritical to come from a guy who constantly shits on Xbox and praises PlayStation. That's his entire channel is making fun of Xbox and praising PlayStation. But then when Xbox is winning, I guess, or they're getting games and they're actually improving as a company, that somehow is so upsetting to him that he would rather quit the hobby entirely than just, I don't know, play video games and have fun, I guess. But yeah, with that being said, let's get into it.
$1 trillion corporation in terms of their value. And they are operating on just two different levels. However, the one thing I will say is I refuse to believe and I refuse to accept that the winner in the video game industry is the one who can spend the most amount of money.
Well, too fucking bad, because I feel like it's always been the one that has the most money or is willing to spend the most money. Obviously, if you have the most money, you're able to make the most games, the best, highest quality games. You're able to buy out smaller developers, which I know Microsoft gets a lot of shit for doing that. But it's not just Microsoft who buys out smaller developers. Every big video game company has done that. ZeniMax did that. EA did that. Activision has done that. Ubisoft has done that. Sony has done it. Nintendo has done it. Most big video game companies have gotten as big as they were by spending a lot of money. I mean, yeah, I guess it's by starting up by having really, quality games. But eventually they continue to grow because they're able to spend lots of fucking money.
Even if that is how it goes, I will quit gaming and I will be done because that's unacceptable to me.
Okay, MBG will quit gaming if spending money gets people, I guess, to be big in the gaming industry, which is already the case and I think always has been the case, but whatever. Obviously, it's also about quality of game, but if you have more money, you can make better quality games. I mean, I guess indie games exist, but you know what I mean? AAA games of good quality do cost lots of money. But it's honestly so fucking cringe and pathetic to say, I'm going to quit the entire hobby if Xbox's way of competing and I guess running their company becomes the norm. It's first of all, I think that for most companies that already is the norm. And also, does anybody give a shit if this guy quits gaming? I don't fucking care. I think it'd be funny if he did. That's all I care. It would be fucking hilarious if this guy quit gaming because Microsoft is doing better than Sony.
That is a complete disservice and disrespect to what this industry is and what it's capable of, what it has been doing for decades now. The notion that it's whoever can spend the most money wins. I want no part in that.
But obviously it's not just that, these companies, these big companies, the more money they spend, the bigger they can get, but if they don't deliver quality games, nobody's gonna buy them. You do realize that, right? It's not like Xbox is becoming bigger and more popular just because they bought all these studios, but also because those studios and Xbox themselves are putting out quality games. And if they don't, when Redfall came out, nobody fucking bought it. No one bought Redfall. It sucked. So it's not just all about spending lots of money to win, because that doesn't work. You gotta spend lots of money, but also at the same time deliver quality products.
Truthfully. And I'm not saying that's what Microsoft is doing. I'm just saying that they are ushering in a new era where there is going to be a lot more money being spent, not just by Microsoft, but by other conglomerates as well and other major tech companies. It's
okay, so you are saying that that's what Microsoft is doing. I'm not saying that's what Microsoft is doing, but they're starting a new era where Microsoft and other big tech companies will be doing this. So you are saying that they're doing it. Don't fucking try to pretend you're not accusing Microsoft of this in order to like not receive backlash. Uh, you can't just say I'm not accusing Microsoft doing this and then accuse them of doing it, and they are doing it. I'm not saying they're not. I'm also saying that most big tech companies have been doing this.
It's going to happen, but I will always believe that, you know, the smaller companies such as Nintendo, such as Sony, you know, the companies that have made this industry, frankly, what it is in many ways, will not only survive and persist, but thrive as well, because they'll always have that touch.
How are Sony and Nintendo the smaller companies? Yeah, I guess they're smaller than Microsoft, but they're still giant companies within the gaming industry. Hell, fucking Sony owns like more than half of the console gaming market. How are they a small company? Also, to say that it's these companies that have made the gaming industry is so fucking weird to me. Because companies aren't people, they're soulless. It's people that created the game industry. It's people that made your favorite games. It's not companies. Like, a company doesn't make a good game, the people working at that company do. And very often when that talent leaves, the company starts making shit games. Like, just look at like BioWare, for example. But the talent does go somewhere else to a different studio and start making good games there. It's not companies that created this industry and who made all the good creative games. It's people who did that, dude.
That any corporation that's just soullessly spending money to try to win will never have. They'll always lack that special something that people gravitate towards, that people yearn for, frankly.
Yes, that is fact. Like, again, when Microsoft published Redfall, it fucking sucked. No one bought it. No one cared. It was a terrible game. But when they made other games, or they didn't make it, they published other games like Hi-Fi Rush, or even Starfield or Forza Motorsport, people really liked those games because they were good quality games. And they were made by studios that Microsoft bought with money. Anyway, obviously after this, people started clowning MBG for saying that he would quit the gaming hobby if Microsoft got an edge on Sony. Basically, right? He didn't say it exactly, but that's essentially what he said. That's what he alluded to. He said, I'd quit gaming if Microsoft's way of doing, of competing, of doing business becomes the norm. I quit. People started clowning on him for that, and he got really angry about that on his next stream.
Do your thing. But this to me was something that is worth going over again, because it needs to be understood that this is not about making the claim, if Xbox wins, I'm going to quit. I want to fucking point out how fucking retarded Twitter is.
That is literally what you said, though. That is actually what you said. It's not something Twitter like put in your mouth. You said those. Well, you didn't say exactly, if Xbox wins, I quit gaming. But you did say that if Xbox's way of competing was going to become the norm, you would quit the hobby. Also, I think it's very funny that this guy the very next day apologized for saying the word retarded. He apologized for saying the word retarded. That's hilarious to me. Like, honestly, man, though, if anyone's allowed to say the word retarded, it's MBG, because he's the biggest fucking retard.
Where I did not say those fucking words. I did not say those words in that clip. And yet, the amount of people underneath that clip saying, what kind of person quits gaming based off of who wins and what company wins?
You literally fucking said it. I can't keep going on. You said that. We just, earlier in this video, I showed you saying that. So I don't care what you say now, like, oh, that's not what I meant, or I meant something else. That's literally what you said, dude. I'm not putting words in your mouth. I'm not, twisting your words. You said that. Anyway, boys, this is the end of the video. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.